Our world is full of stories, stories that span across time and space, connecting us to the past in ways we often overlook. These stories are carved in stone, buried underground, and hidden in the artifacts left behind by ancient civilizations. They are carried on the wind, whispering secrets of a time long gone, waiting to be discovered by those who seek to understand. One of these captivating stories takes us to China, to a place called Yin Xu, a site that holds the remnants of an ancient civilization. Yin Xu isn't just a name on a map, it's a doorway, a portal to a world that existed over 3,000 years ago. A doorway to ancient China, to the Shang Dynasty, a time over 3,000 years ago. Imagine a civilization growing, thriving amidst the challenges of their era. Picture skilled artists crafting intricate artifacts, strong rulers leading their people with wisdom and might, and a society trying to understand the universe through their observations and studies. They sought to comprehend the stars, the seasons, and the very nature of existence. This was the Shang Dynasty, and Yin Xu was their capital city. It was a bustling hub of activity, a center of power and culture. Here, in the middle of ancient China, they built their palaces, worshipped their ancestors, and developed a complex society that laid the foundations for future generations. They left behind a story that still amazes us today, a story etched in the ruins and artifacts that archaeologists continue to uncover. Yin Xu is like a place frozen in time, a snapshot of a bygone era that allows us to glimpse into the lives of those who once walked these grounds. It's a place where we can walk where history happened and feel the presence of a civilization that's long gone. As we explore these ancient ruins, we connect with the past in a profound way. Come with me as we delve into the mysteries of Yin Xu, look at its ruins and uncover the stories hidden within its foundations. Each stone, each artifact, tells a tale of a time when the world was very different from today. Together we will piece together the fragments of history, bringing to life the legacy of the Shang Dynasty and the people who once called Yin Xu their home. The Shang Dynasty, one of the earliest recorded dynasties in Chinese history, is a fascinating period that has left a lasting legacy on Chinese culture and civilization. A dynasty full of myths and legends, it is often shrouded in mystery and wonder. The stories of its kings and their deeds have been passed down through generations, blending history with folklore. It was a time of amazing inventions and fierce battles. The Shang people were pioneers in many fields, from military technology to artistic achievements. Their bronze work in particular stands out as some of the finest in ancient history. For over 600 years the Shang kings ruled a large part of China. Their influence extended far and wide, shaping the political and cultural landscape of the region. During their rule, cities grew, writing was invented, and people became experts at making things out of bronze. The development of a writing system was a significant milestone, allowing for the recording of history, administration, and culture. But like all great civilizations, the Shang dynasty eventually came to an end. Internal strife, external pressures, and the passage of time all contributed to its decline. Around 1300 BC, a king named Pan Geng decided to move the capital city. This decision was driven by a need for better resources and strategic advantages. He picked a spot near the modern city of Anyang in Henan province. This location was chosen for its fertile land and defensible position. This new capital, Yin Xu, would be the last capital of the Shang dynasty. It became a center of power, culture, and innovation. It was a smart choice, a place with good farmland and natural protection. The surrounding geography provided a natural defense against invaders, while the fertile soil supported agriculture. For 255 years Yin Xu prospered. It became a hub of economic activity, cultural development, and political power. 12 kings ruled from its palaces. These rulers oversaw the administration of the kingdom, led military campaigns, and conducted elaborate ceremonies. They led armies, performed big ceremonies, and shaped Chinese civilization. The rituals and traditions they established would influence Chinese culture for centuries to come. But their time wouldn't last forever. The dynasty faced increasing challenges both from within and from neighboring states. In 1046 BC, the Shang dynasty was defeated by the Zhou, and Yin Xu was abandoned, lost to time. The fall of the Shang marked the end of an era, but its legacy lived on in the culture and history of China. Time can erase things, but it can also preserve them. Buried underground for centuries, Yin Xu slept, its secrets waiting to be discovered. Then, in 1899, something was found that changed how we understand ancient China. It started with pieces of bone covered in strange markings. These weren't normal bones, they were oracle bones, used by the Shang kings to tell the future. Finding these oracle bones led to more digging at Yin Xu. What archaeologists found was amazing. They found the remains of palaces, temples, workshops, and tombs. They dug up thousands of artifacts, from beautiful jade jewelry to huge bronze containers. One of the most amazing finds was the tomb of Fu Hao, one of King Wu Ding's wives. Fu Hao wasn't just a queen, she was a general, a priestess, and a very powerful woman. Her tomb, filled with weapons, jewels, and sacrificed people, gives us a special look at the lives of important women in ancient China. Imagine holding a piece of history, a real connection to a civilization thousands of years old. These artifacts are not just relics. They are tangible links to the past, offering us a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of ancient peoples. That's what oracle bones are. They are more than just bones, they are historical documents that have survived the test of time. Made from the shoulder bones of oxen or turtle shells, these bones were used by the Shang kings to talk to the spirits. The process was intricate and deeply spiritual, reflecting the importance of divination in their society. They would write questions on the bones, then heat them until they cracked. The cracks were believed to be messages from the spirits, providing guidance and answers to the king's questions. Someone would then study the cracks and tell the king what they meant. This practice was not just about fortune-telling, it was a way to make important decisions about war, agriculture, and governance. But oracle bones are more than just fortune-telling tools, they are invaluable records that provide insight into the early Chinese civilization. They are the oldest examples of Chinese writing. These inscriptions are the precursors to the modern Chinese script, showing the evolution of written language over millennia. The writing on these bones, over 100,000 of which have been found at Yin Xu, are the start of the writing system used in Chinese today. This discovery has been monumental in understanding the development of Chinese characters. Figuring out what the oracle bone writing means has been a huge job, like putting together a puzzle with no picture to help. Scholars have spent decades deciphering these ancient texts, piecing together the language and its meanings, but through hard work, scholars have been able to understand these ancient texts. Their efforts have unlocked a wealth of knowledge about early Chinese society and its complexities. They tell us about Shang society, religion, politics, and even the lives of the kings and queens. These bones reveal the concerns and priorities of a civilization that laid the foundations for future Chinese dynasties. They are messages from the past, telling us the story of a civilization becoming great. Through these bones, we hear the voices of ancient China, echoing through the ages, and enriching our understanding of human history. Making things out of bronze during the Shang Dynasty was totally groundbreaking. Imagine how skilled you'd have to be to create detailed designs and fancy containers, all from melted metal. They made molds from clay, poured in the hot bronze, and then carefully broke the mold to see the finished piece. It was a really impressive feat of engineering. It's amazing to think that thousands of years ago, artists were already so good at techniques that are still admired today. So as we learn more about this time, let's appreciate the cleverness and skill that made the Shang Dynasty's bronze work so special. Let's dive into the fascinating world of Shang Dynasty society and culture. The Shang people were known for their advanced bronze work, beautiful jade carvings, and the earliest known Chinese writing. Their society had different levels, with the king at the top, then nobles, artisans, and farmers. Religion was very important, with the Shang kings acting as a link between the gods and the people. Worshipping their ancestors was a big part of their beliefs, and they held elaborate ceremonies to honor them. This rich culture influenced many parts of Chinese civilization that we still see today. One of the most amazing discoveries at Yin Xu is the tomb of Fu Hao, a powerful queen and military leader. Found in 1976, the tomb was filled with amazing artifacts, including bronze weapons, jade jewelry, and ancient writing. These things teach us a lot about the lives of the wealthy Shang people and how they buried their dead. The tomb showed us not only how rich and powerful Fu Hao was, but also how skilled and artistic the Shang people were. It's a look into a world that existed over 3,000 years ago, showing us how grand and complex their lives were. Today, Yin Xu shows us how important the Shang Dynasty was. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and people from all over the world come to visit. It's a special place to learn about the beginnings of Chinese civilization and how much the Shang culture influenced later generations. People are still digging there and finding new things, which helps us understand this ancient civilization even better. Yin Xu isn't just something from the past, it's a connection to human history, reminding us how smart and strong our ancestors were. If you're planning a trip to Yin Xu, there are some things you definitely need to see. Start with the Yin Xu Museum, where you can see a huge collection of artifacts and learn about the site's history. Don't miss the royal tombs, especially Fu Hao's tomb, which shows us what the life of a Shang queen was like. The oracle bone pits are another important site where you can see the earliest examples of Chinese writing. As you walk through the ruins, think about the amazing things the Shang people accomplished. Whether you love history or are just curious, Yin Xu will be an unforgettable trip into China's ancient past.